Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Thomas Spark and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about this new huge thing that's going around, the network password sharing update that should be launching in a month or two, if I believe correctly. There's still a lot of uncertainties about this, but I've been seeing some questions of people asking, what's going to happen with VPNs exactly? Could this impact using VPNs with Netflix? And I'm going to be going into that into this video. Alright guys, hope that makes sense for you. If you want to help support the channel, you can always check out VPNtierlist.com to see all the updated rankings for VPNs. Now guys, if you haven't already picked a VPN for streaming and unblocking streaming services, I made a guide on VPN tier list which you can find right here. Click on this guide and you will find extensive tests I've done with NordVPN, and you could click the link in the description of this video to find this guide. I even made a video testing it, so if you're still looking for a VPN and you want to check out this guide, this could be good for you. Also, click on the link here if you want to support my extensive testing I did here that pretty much no one else has done. So yeah, check out that guide here, right here, if you haven't gotten a VPN for Netflix yet. Alright guys, so first of all with this one, we really want to take a look at, what's going on. Well, Netflix says that it's going to restrict sharing of accounts. How is that exactly related to VPN usage, and how do people really even use VPNs with Netflix? I think that's important to understand to see if it will really impact those users. So number one, Netflix has various shows in different regions. They have different shows on Japan compared to USA, different shows on Spain compared to Brazil, and VPNs allow users to change their IP to visit these different regions essentially, even without having to fly over there, and it lets anyone who's using a paid Netflix subscription gain more content. This is one of the more popular reasons people use VPNs in some ways, and it's a very useful feature of VPNs, and so much so that I even have an entire subreddit dedicated to people doing this. Now, Netflix's anti-password sharing feature says that it's pretty much going to make you connect to your original IP address, sometimes at least like once a month. So let's say you made the account on your original computer at home with that Wi-Fi IP address, and then you're using a VPN to kind of hop around. It seems like at least like once a month it's going to say, hey, you need to connect with your original IP address. So you could simply turn off your VPN and connect, and theoretically you shouldn't really have any issues. It seems primarily to me at least that Netflix is more concerned as of right now with a different situation which results in more password sharing. So theoretically this would be an example that could affect me actually. Now, I actually don't use VPNs too much with Netflix. I find a good variety of shows in the United States, and I don't have much need to hop around too often. I usually just don't have the time to watch that many extra shows. However, I do use the account of my parents to watch Netflix, and I've been using that account for probably 8 or 10 years, however long it's existed. Throughout this entire time, I've curated a huge library of what I don't like, my favorite shows I need to watch still, and stuff like that. But for me, this would be a huge issue, and it theoretically might lock me out, which would be a huge pain in the ass. It doesn't really have much to do with VPNs in my case, and I think for most users, it might not affect them either. Of course, we can't really tell if Netflix decides to change what they're doing now and kind of fuck over VPN users even more. But given that said, I do think VPNs will have some tricks up their sleeves to combat this, as they've always had. So what will happen if this actually does go through and people start getting locked out of their accounts? Well, for me specifically, it's really going to piss me off. Losing access to that entire curated Netflix library, including what shows I do want to watch, which shows I've already watched and stuff like that, will mean that using Netflix will become pretty much unusable. Netflix also has just been bombarding users with tons of shit content lately. I swear every day there's like 20 new Bollywood shows I don't really care about watching. It's hard to find which shows are good because the shows don't have Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb rankings, or anything like that. Pretty much if I see a new show on Netflix that looks good, like some kind of cool sci-fi flick, lots of times it will just have foreign actors I don't really recognize, low budget actors I don't recognize, or if it does, have one of those two things, I might still be like, hey, this could look good. Spend 5 minutes looking it up on my phone and people say it sucks. So yeah, this could be a huge problem for me and just make me not want to use Netflix at all. And I think this could happen to a lot of users, making them gravitate to other services or just download Linux ISOs, so that way they could flash all their computers with Linux over and over like myself. So anyways guys, those are my thoughts here on the channel. I think this will present more problems for people like me who use account sharing to watch content and curate their libraries. I'm not sure if it will create too much issues for VPN users, since they can always just log into their original IP address and use VPNs when they want to on geo-restrict content. I also think Netflix probably doesn't want to cause too many issues for people who are traveling and stuff like that. So if someone's traveling for maybe more than a month, maybe there could be some issues, but that's something to think about. Anyways guys, I hope you liked this video. If you've made it this far, sorry that my camera was out of focus for the first part of the video. I'm still learning how to use this bad boy, and it should be good from here on out. But as I said in the beginning, make sure to check out VPNtierlist.com to stay updated with the VPN rankings and updates here on the channel. And join the Discord if you want to talk about this, and I'll see you again very soon.